Just because you don't have genes that say you're going to have high cholesterol doesn't mean you don't have other genes that won't influence your cholesterol. It doesn't matter if you're vegetarian, it doesn't matter if you're carnivore, your cholesterol will shift based on your body's needs. And most of the time when I see it shift to higher, it's because there's a significant hormone imbalance, usually insulin, and or there's a lot of inflammation in the system. So what I see when people go to a vegetarian diet is that a lot of times, particularly for menstruating females, the hormones get all out of whack and they don't understand why. I see more vegetarians who are still menstruating complain of issues with their cycle, acne, PCOS, that kind of stuff, and they don't understand why. There are a lot of deficiencies that are created by staying vegan. Those deficiencies need to be supplemented for. And if you're taking a Kirkland brand or Walmart brand supplement, you're probably not getting everything you need. In fact, I can guarantee you're not getting everything that you need because the supplements aren't liposomal and they aren't even that high quality. On top of that, a lot of people go vegan, some for reasons to do with how animals are treated, but a lot of them because they had a health issue and someone told them you need to be vegan in order to fix this. And I have issues with that because those same health issues are being fixed by carnivore. So the issue comes when your body has deficiencies that lead to a reduction in enzyme production. And that enzyme production that's lacking doesn't allow you to break down foods appropriately, and you start developing sensitivities, but you don't see them as sensitivities because they're small little things that are happening, not big things. And you end up with a lot of inflammation in the system. Underlying viral conditions, mold, seasonal allergies, those are all things that can create inflammation in the system that particularly the brain and the nervous system want protection from. So your body is going to produce more cholesterol. 80% of the cholesterol in your body is self-produced. It's endogenous. It is not ingested. 80%. So carnivore, vegan, it doesn't matter. There are people who will do better with each side of that coin, and there are people who will do worse. What we need to do is understand what about you is not allowing you to tolerate, and what about you is creating enough inflammation and enough imbalance that your cholesterol is trying to correct for it. One of the reasons that I often say that cholesterol goes sky high when you're having issues with hormones is because cholesterol is the backbone for every hormone you produce, including insulin. And so your body may be trying to tell you that, hey, we're struggling. Your cholesterol is high for a reason. The other thing I see is that high cholesterol is not always a bad thing. Sometimes it is acting in a way to protect the body. And this gets done through further advanced testing, like testing lipo-A, lipo-B, getting genetics run for ApoE, to see where your body sits with all of those things that could indicate whether or not you will have a heart attack. But let me remind you that in 1998, 2005, and 2012, the American Heart Association and the Journal of the American Medical Association both published articles that said cholesterol is not as good of an indicator as homocysteine. In fact, homocysteine on its own is the most predictive measure for whether or not you will have a heart attack or stroke. So if you're concerned about your cholesterol, get your homocysteine checked. Get your hormones checked, including your thyroid. If you're not appropriately producing thyroid hormone and you are subclinically low and nobody's telling you, it may be that your cholesterol is high because your body's trying to fix your thyroid. If you've been on a super restrictive diet, your cholesterol may elevate because super restrictive diets create a ton of hormone imbalance. Now, there are diets where we know for sure we're going to elevate the cholesterol, and we're doing that partly intentionally because somebody has dementia or Alzheimer's or even, believe it or not, cancer. But there are always people who I will advise against doing those types of diets too. Your body is an entire ecosystem. Cholesterol can't be looked at on its own. Hormones can't be looked at on their own. Thyroid can't be looked at separate from the rest of the hormones in your body. Your joints can't be looked at from the rest of your body separately either. Breaking the body down into 88 different medical specialties has ruined health in Americans.